Welcome to the Embodied Empath Podcast, the space where sensitive, intuitive women learn to regulate their nervous system, heal anxiety, and live with grounded confidence. I'm your host, Valerie Lundgren. Let's begin. So I want to start today's episode with a question. Are you the strong one? You know, the person I'm talking about. The one everyone calls. The one who keeps it all together. The one who handles things. Maybe you're the one who figures it out all the time. The Wonder Woman. People describe you as so strong or so resilient that you're just capable. You have it all together. But maybe from the outside, that's exactly how your life looks. But inside, you're exhausted. You're carrying things nobody sees. And sometimes you secretly wish someone would ask, how are you doing? And not because you're falling apart, but because you're tired of always being the one holding it together. So if this resonates, this episode's for you. Welcome back to the Embodied Empath Podcast. I'm Valerie, and today we're going to be talking about the hidden cost of being the strong one and what happens to the nervous system when strength becomes an identity instead of a choice. So the problem with being the strong one is that being the strong one is not the problem. Resilience is beautiful. Capacity is beautiful. The problem happens when strength becomes the only role you believe you're allowed to have. So when strength becomes never needing help, never slowing down, never showing vulnerability, or never letting anyone else see you struggle, that's not resilience anymore. That's survival. Most women don't wake up one day and decide, I'd like to carry everyone. I'm going to take on everything. This pattern usually starts much earlier. Maybe you grew up in a home where someone else needed support, where emotions felt very overwhelming and there just wasn't space for your needs. You learned to be mature early. You had to be responsible early or helpful early. You became the one who could handle things. And because you could handle things, people just kept giving you more to handle. So the thing with your nervous system is that your nervous system is always asking, what role helps me stay safe here? For some children, that role becomes the achiever, the caretaker, the peacemaker, the strong one. And over time, your body learns being needed creates connection. Being capable creates safety. Being strong earns belonging. So strength becomes more than behavior. It becomes identity. So now let's talk about what's happening physiologically. Many women who identify as the strong one live in this chronic, low-level sympathetic activation. This means the body stays in a subtle state of doing, managing, anticipating, preparing, and holding. Not necessarily a panic, but more of a vigilance, like a ready for it all. The nervous system becomes accustomed to carrying this responsibility, and eventually, stillness feels really uncomfortable, and rest feels really uncomfortable. Receiving starts feeling uncomfortable because your body learned that value comes from output. So for empaths, being the strong one often looks like emotional strength too. You become the listener, the supporter, the safe place, the one people lean on. And while that is beautiful, there's a hidden cost. You become so skilled at holding space for everyone else that you stop noticing how much you're carrying yourself. And what nobody really sees is that people see your strength, but they don't always see the overthinking or the emotional labor or that constant responsibility or the pressure that you put on yourself, that exhaustion that you're carrying every day. Or they're not really noticing the moments you wish someone would take care of you for a change. Because strong women often become invisible in their own struggle. Everyone just assumes, well, she's got it. She'll be fine. She'll always figure it out. And maybe you do, but that doesn't mean it doesn't come without a cost. Underneath this pattern is often a belief, a nervous system belief. Not necessarily a conscious one, but the belief says, if I stop being strong, what happens? Will people leave? Will things fall apart? Will I disappoint someone? Will I still be valued? This is why many women feel anxious when they try to receive support, because receiving feels unfamiliar, and unfamiliar often feels unsafe. And this exhaustion, it's not just physical, it's emotional, and it's mental. It's nervous system fatigue. Because when you're always the one holding everyone else, your system rarely gets a chance to soften. And healing eventually asks a difficult question. What would happen if you stopped carrying what isn't yours? Think about that one for a minute. The difference between strength and self-abandonment, this is really important. Strength says, I can do hard things. Self-abandonment says, I have to do everything alone. Strength says, I can support others. Self-abandonment says, I am responsible for everyone. Strength says, I am capable. Self-abandonment says, my needs don't matter. Many women confuse the two. Let me know if that is just like you too, where we just push through. So we're going to bring ourselves into a somatic practice now, letting yourself be supported. So again, reminder to do these somatic practices when you are in a safe environment, when you're not driving or operating machinery of any sorts. We want to make sure that we are sitting still quietly in a nice space where you can be comfortable and be embodied. So let's go ahead and just take a moment, sitting comfortably wherever you are, placing both feet on the floor if you can. Notice the chair beneath you. Notice the floor beneath your feet. Notice how much of your body is already being supported. You're not holding yourself up completely. The chair is helping. The floor is helping. The earth is helping. Take a slow breath. And out, and silently say to yourself, I don't have to carry everything alone. Take another breath. Say to yourself, it is safe to receive support. And notice any resistance. If there is, if it feels weird to say that, that's okay. You're not trying to force it. We're just simply introducing a new possibility to your nervous system. Take a deep breath in again and let it go. So one of the most powerful signs of healing is this. You stop needing to prove your strength. You stop performing resilience. You allow yourself to be human. You allow yourself to need things. You allow yourself to receive. And strangely enough, that's often where the deepest strength lives. Not in carrying everything, but in knowing you don't have to. So just know that you do not lose your strength by accepting support. You deepen it. Because true strength is flexible. It knows when to carry, and it knows when to rest. So if you've been the strong one for so long, I want you to hear this. You are allowed to put some of it down. You are allowed to be cared for too. And you are allowed to receive. Not because you've earned it, but because you're human. So if this episode resonated, go ahead and share it with the woman that everyone depends on. The woman who shows up. The woman who rarely asks for help. And then you can subscribe as we keep walking through this together. You can also visit my website, valerielundgren.co, and download your free nervous system guide. Just know you don't have to carry the world to prove you're strong. And I'll see you in the next episode. If this episode supported you, share it with another empath who needs it. And if you're ready for deeper work, somatic coaching, nervous system healing, or my Embodied Reset program, just visit mindfulwellness.me. Your healing is not a solo journey. See you next week.